Hello guys, I am in Regensburg today. I'm going to drive to Munich now. It's almost 6 in the evening. The outside temperature is 10 degrees Celsius and I am at a supercharger location just in Regensburg. I'm trying to charge to 100%. The car says I will arrive with 42%. The idea is to just try to measure the consumption, and based on the consumption we can then guess how much range we would get. So most of this way is it's usually without any speed limits, but today the weather is not that good. It's been raining, so there is a lot of speed limits, 120 mainly. So we'll see what happens, but we should be able to maintain at least 120 throughout the whole way. There are also road works. I think it's about 6 to 8 kilometers of road works on this route, so it should not be too bad, and in those road works locations the speed limits are 80. So this will give us an idea of what would be the highway range in typical driving scenarios in Germany. So we're charged to 100%. I usually don't charge up to 100%. Today I just had some time and there aren't many people in this supercharging location, so I just thought, why not, since I'm doing a long distance trip. And also I want to see how much I can actually get out of this battery when it's fully charged. So I wanted to test the capacity of the battery, the net capacity of the battery. So we're gonna start going. I think I'm gonna unplug right now, and then we drive towards Munich. Okay, so a little update. We drove 30 kilometers and right now I'm just cruising at around 130, 135. So there is no speed limit here, but in Germany the government recommends that people drive at 130 kilometers per hour when there are no speed limits. So I'm just following that. The consumption so far is 184, which is a little bit higher than what I anticipated, but let's see how it is a bit later. So yeah, not much to actually share other than this. So yeah, just driving. And the state of charge is 87% now. So I will give you guys more updates a bit later. Okay, more updates. So we drove for 29 minutes so far, and it started raining a bit right now. Yeah, we drove for 30 minutes so far and we drove 54 kilometers. So it's a bit like 108 kilometers average speed. So I was driving through some construction zones, therefore the speed is a bit, the average speed is a bit low. The consumption is a bit high, 201, I guess, just because it's raining and it's uphills, downhills and stuff like that. And it's also quite cold. I'm using my heater and seat heater. What else? Yeah, not much to share other than this. The state of charge is 77, and yeah, we are in low speed zones again. I guess construction work again. I have some slow traffic in front of me. I'll just overtake them after I finish talking. Yeah, so in 17 kilometers we are going to merge to A9. Then there are 3 lanes, so it's not it's easier to drive there with autopilot, because you just stay in the middle lane and you just engage autopilot. You don't have to overtake from the rightmost lane. So yeah, as for now, I think we are entering into a 120 kilometers per hour speed limit zone. So I need to pay a bit attention here, and here the road is a bit curvy. So yeah, talk to you guys soon. We marched to A9 and we hit some traffic, so it's not really possible to drive fast right now. It started raining also, so yeah, it's a bit slow, but still we are maintaining about 120 kilometers per hour. So far we drove 47 minutes, 85 kilometers, and the consumption is 194. So the consumption went down a bit, which is good news. Yeah, so towards Munich we have to drive 55 kilometers more, and the traffic will get worse as we approach Munich. So the state of charge right now is 66%. We are slowing down even further now. Okay, more updates. So we drove exactly 1 hour and 112 kilometers. So the average speed is not great. We hit lots of traffic. Yeah, so it's Saturday evening. I'm not so sure why there is so much traffic. And we are at 56%. The consumption went even further down, 187, which is
in 2 kilometers. Take exit 72 on the right onto A99 to Cruise Munchenmoor, Salzburg.
Thank you. Yeah, so I have to go to A99 in 2 kilometers. So basically the ring road beside Munich. Yeah, so it looks like at 50% maybe we will go 140 kilometers or something. I don't know, we'll see. So in theory we can just multiply it by 2, so that would mean 280 kilometers, or something around 280 to 290 kilometers at these speeds in these weather conditions. So I must say the weather is not really great for driving. It's windy, it's raining sometimes, and it's stopping, and that doesn't really help the consumption and everything. So with better conditions, maybe we can get more. So yeah, let me just change to A99 and then we talk again. Okay, a little more update. It started really raining cats and dogs now, as you can see, and the speed limit is just 100 kilometers. So it's really slow, and my consumption is going up. So we drove up to 128 kilometers so far. We are at 51%. So yeah, I mean, at these weather conditions you can say okay, 260 at these speeds. Yeah, I hope the weather clears up a bit. I have to get into the city in 10 kilometers, so I have to take the exit in 10 kilometers. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, we are now at exactly 50%, so 129. Yeah, but yeah, so these are not really good conditions for driving. So if the weather gets better, I will do more tests like this to see the real consumption. But today we can actually see how much we can pull from the battery. I suppose we will arrive let's check how. Oh wow, so we will arrive with 46%, which is quite a bit. Okay, I am close to my exit. Yeah, so one thing I want to mention here is that, I mean, even in these really bad weather conditions, I had no problems with the autopilot. So the autopilot worked great. Let me just check the lane. The autopilot works great, actually. So I have been driving mostly on autopilots again. Oh, just when I'm saying that, it says that my left camera is a bit blocked. But yeah, it has been working quite well. No complaints with the autopilot. Okay, so I just exited the highway. So before everything gets messed up, so I just take a snap of these consumptions. So with the lowest speeds, the consumption will get influenced. So I just wanted to take a snapshot before it gets influenced by the city traffic. I arrived close to my home. So we drove 146.7 kilometers in 1 hour 27 minutes. The consumption is 184 watt hours per kilometer. The last 6 or 7 kilometers were in city traffic. So our average speed was something around 102 or 103 kilometers per hour, including the city traffic. So we arrived with 44%. This means we used up 56%. Yeah. So let me do some quick math. Okay, so let's just do some quick calculations. So we drove 146.7 kilometers, and our consumption was 184. So we can see how much energy we pulled for 146. So 146.7 kilometers. So we multiplied this by 184, our consumption. So we pulled 26.992 kilowatt hours. This is 56% of the energy that we pull. So if we divide it by 56%, we get actually how much energy we can pull from the battery. So the net amount of energy. So we can pull 48 kilowatt hours, 48.2 kilowatt hours from the battery. So with these conditions today, so this is actually not that bad. I was expecting, so beyond Nyland, he could pull 47.5. So I guess it's because the car, the standard range plus car that he tested, it was a bit old, but mine is quite new, brand new basically. So I guess that's why I have a bit more. So again, what would be the range that we would get with these driving conditions? So as we saw before, so we could pull 48.201 kilowatt hours. So if we just divide it by our consumption, which was 184, then we get the total range. So 261 at these speeds. It was a nice trip. Unfortunately, the weather was bad and lots of traffic, so the average speed was not that great, and the consumption was bad as well because of the weather conditions. But yeah, let's try to do this sort of tests again. So thanks everyone for watching, and see you in the next videos.